In today's video, I want to talk about why vague messaging is killing your business and how you can start attracting premium clients. Now, guys, when you're attracting premium clients, it's not your price, it's not your niche, it's your messaging. The messaging is the most key thing. And if you stay with me to the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to start to magnetically attract the ideal clients that want to pay you. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. I'm going to be changing things up a little bit, and moving forward, I want to be your business strategist. I want to be your go-to place to learn everything marketing, sales, and mindset. So let's talk about today's topic. Let's hit the first key point here. I want to talk about your real purpose of your content. You see, I think a lot of us get it wrong in the sense of what we think is that we need to show people how smart we are. We need to show people that we can actually help them get the goals that they're looking for and give them all the knowledge. We have the knowledge to help them get to the thing. And trust me, I've fallen into this trap many of times. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's bad to give people information and help them. But if information was the issue, then everybody would be successful, because guys, we live in the information age. Everything is pretty much free. You can figure things out. And so what I really want to talk about is, what's the real purpose of your content? What is really the goal of the content for your clientele or for attracting people to you? The goal of your clientele, goal of your content is ultimately to do two things. The two main goals that I realized for your content is to shift beliefs and give them value. Now, what I mean by shift beliefs and give value, the reason why a lot of us don't succeed, or we're not doing the things that it's not because of lack of information. It's because of the person that we've become. It's because of the mindset that we have adopted. There's something in your psychology that is stopping you from achieving your goals. For me, for example, guys, I haven't been on content or posting for a couple months, and it's because of my psychology. It's because of my mindset, because of my belief set. I had to really work on my mindset and where I was going in order to come back and come up with a better plan and strategy. Just because I wasn't posting content doesn't mean I wasn't working. But in this day and age that we live in, if you're not posting content, then you're non-existent. If you're not in the top of minds of your clientele, you don't exist. Even if you're good at your skill set. There's so many of us that are very good, very knowledgeable about our expertise, about our skill set, but a lot of us can't get out of our own heads and actually show up and serve our community. And I'm gonna do better, guys. Trust me, it's one day at a time. You don't have to be perfect. I'm showing up. I know you can show up, and we can do this together. So the real purpose of your content, like I said, is two things: to provide value, right? This is where you give them information, but only give them enough information to get a result right here, right now. That's what my ultimate goal with this video is to give you enough information to get results right now, but also to shift your belief in understanding what's the whole point of creating content for your audience. Because at the end of the day, we didn't come into this business to be content creators. We came into the business to make impact on people, our families, and ourselves. We want to be a service to the world. At least that's for me, and I'm assuming for you too, but also make lots of money while we're doing it. So let's not forget that. So instead of focusing on pure information, we want to change beliefs for us to provide value. Okay? But not only that, the goal is ultimately we want to attract the right people to us, right? Our goal isn't to make our prospects super educated, because at the end of the day, most people are lazy. Most people don't like to be educated. And most of the time when we're learning something new or learning a craft or a skill set, our brains hurt from the new knowledge and new information. And so your goal ultimately is to attract the right people, right? And you attract the right people by providing value and changing their beliefs, because as they associate with you, the individual, the more they're going to believe in you and the service that you say that you can provide for them. So how do we attract people into our business? Well, it's two things, right? And if you've been here, if you've seen some of my earlier videos, it's about understanding that you have a value ladder or a funnel, right? The value ladder is your level, your services that you provide in an ascending order to help your customer ultimately get the dream outcome that they're chasing for themselves. But before you can start with the value ladder, you got to start with your first service. whatever that may be for you. It can be anything. It could be my YouTube content. It could be your coaching course. It could be a freebie item, an ebook. It doesn't really matter. It's figuring out what your first value that you want to give to your consumer and giving it to them so that they get a result that ultimately leads them closer to their dream outcome. Now, guys, I'm going to keep things vague for coaches because you could be a fitness coach, a relationship coach, a mindset coach, whatever it is at the end of the day, but you need to translate this information towards your specific business, right? Only you know better. You know your DCP, your dream client, the best. No one else does. And you need to get into the minds of your client and actually see what they want and ultimately be that person that helps them get there. So in one of my videos, I talked about creating a sales funnel. It's understanding that each of your value ladder has a funnel associated with it. And a funnel is really just a path that you take your customer on. You take them on a journey and an adventure to ultimately reaching their outcome. And there's certain steps and certain things that they need to do, certain beliefs, certain mindsets that they need to go and become this person. Because remember, in every story, the hero starts out in an uncomfortable place, unhappy with their situation, unhappy with life. And so they must go on a journey. And in this journey, they start to acquire skill sets and abilities that help them become the new person. It's not just about a journey of achievement. It's about a journey of transformation in your customer, in your clientele. Because that's what we're ultimately trying to do. And that's hopefully what I'm trying to do for you too. So when you have the funnel and your value ladder understood, where you're taking your customer, what service you're providing, the biggest thing that attracts clientele is the personality behind it. You see, there's lots of coaches who do what you do. There's lots of people who sell what you sell. What makes them different? What makes one person choose another person versus this person? It's ultimately you, the individual. When someone sees you as someone that they want to follow, the attractive character, that leader that's on a mission to provide whatever level of service they're willing to provide, that's the person they want to get into. It doesn't matter. You can help them do the service. Here, I can help you with my 8-week program, this, that. None of that actually matters as long as they believe in the person that's actually giving the service to them. Because a lot of us are afraid. We don't want to get scammed. We don't want to be led astray. We really want to put our trust in someone who can help us get to where we want to go and be the person that we want to be. So the key thing you've got to remember is in order to attract, you must become the personality behind the attraction. You see, that's what binds people. And I got this from this book, Extra Secrets, by Russell Brunson. I recommend it, highly recommend reading the book. But he talks about we're in the business of relationships. At the end of the day, we're working with people and people are working with us. We're cultivating relationships and trust. And he talks about a key thing of KLT, know, like, and trust, right? Ultimately, our goal is to build that know, like, and trust in our consumer, on our customer, so that they bind with us, the attractive character, the attractive personality, so that they can go and so that they can feel confident that they've made the right decision in following this person. And you got to be that person for your consumer. You got to be that person for your client. See, I think a lot of us, once we get that level of attraction, we understand that we're the personality, we're the person that they want to be. Ultimately, like I was mentioning before, the reason why you're not getting a client isn't because of your niche, isn't because of your price. It's because of your messaging. We need to get clear on our message. And guys, I struggled with this so much. I think it comes from two things: a lack of confidence and a lack of really understanding what it means, what people actually want from us, right? And so getting clear on your message is key. I'm still working on it. Right now, I'm going to keep it very simple. My goal is to help you as a coach make money online and offline, because at the end of the day, these skill sets, they translate to both offline and both online. So keep that in mind. And so you see what I just did there? I gave you a simple message of what I'm ultimately going. Now, whether you believe me or not, that's yet to be seen, because at the end of the day, I need to build more trust in the marketplace with you. And for a lot of people, you don't need that much trust. Some people are ready to buy right here, right now, if they hear one good thing from you. It's like, oh, this person knows what they're talking about. Oh, I like this person. I like this person and how they carry themselves, the energy that they provide into their business. And yes, but at the end of the day, we are in a low trust environment in current with the online marketing, because a lot of people are getting scammed, screwed over, and they don't trust online marketers because they don't believe in the promise, that dream outcome that they're looking for. But to keep it simple for you guys, in order to get really clear on your messaging, I think the one liner is really important is, I help your DCP, your dream client, whoever that may be, I help them achieve a result, right? I kept mine simple. I help coaches make money online. I kept it very simple. Your messaging should be very simple and straight to the point. It should grasp someone's attention and ultimately speak to their desire. Now, you can make it more with your messaging. So this I also got from Expertise. Guys, I recommend the book. It's very good. But, right, I help DCP, dream client, achieve result without pain, right? Because there's some type of pain they're associating with the action that they're trying to create, or the business they're trying to create, or the service that they're trying to create, or something that's holding it back. So when you can remove that pain, that just makes your messaging a little bit more sexier. And if to make your messaging even super sexier is by giving them, by using my unique mechanism. You see, what a unique mechanism is, something specific to you. They can't get it anywhere else but you. And when you're changing beliefs and you're providing value and you're showing them that you're doing this because of your unique program, your unique mechanism, your unique name thing, whatever it may be, and it could be anything. It's really you being creative and how you think you can provide a service to your audience. Then your messaging becomes really clear for your audience. Now, some people, like I said, will be ready to work with you off the bat, but most of the times you're going to have to build trust in the marketplace by providing value and changing beliefs. Because at the end of the day, they want to work with someone who can help them get the outcome. We all want to buy. We all want to get the outcome, but it's trust. It's figuring out who can actually help us get there. And my goal is to help you become that person that gets there and helps them get there for them. Now, there's three main parts when it comes to your messaging that you need to keep in mind, okay? And I'd say this is about 70% of your content, to be honest, right? If you can focus on these three main parts, you'll start to attract the ideal client for you, because at the end of the day, they'll start to realize that you're the person who can help them get what they want with the information that you're giving them. So the three main parts I would say are the way you find your clientele is you want to speak to the pain that they're feeling. You guys got to remember, the two things that motivate people are pain and pleasure. So when you can speak to the pain to your clientele and enter the conversation that's happening in their mind, the issues that they're dealing with in their lives, they feel like they're going to trust you more. Because, like, think about it, like you're at the doctor's office. The doctor doesn't, if you're feeling pain, you don't just go to the doctor and it says, hey, take these 3, shots and take this medication and you should be fine, right? He hasn't talked to you, hasn't figured out what's actually going on. He hasn't diagnosed the problem. And ultimately, what you want to do with your content is diagnose that, right? Speak to the pain, kind of like how I'm speaking to your pain in the sense that you don't realize that vague messaging is killing your business. And so I want to start there in the pain. It's like, hey, you're the reason your business is not doing well because your messaging sucks. It's that real simple, right? I want to speak and enter the mind of the pain. You may not know this. You may not be aware of it, but some of you may be aware of it. Like, you're just posting content, posting, spray and praying, and just hoping things stick, just like I did. I didn't have a clear message. I didn't have clarity on where I wanted to go. And so because of that, I wasn't able to stay consistent. That was one of my problems. Ultimately, I'm going to help change that. But my goal is to be there for you guys to help you. And guys, give me some, please leave some comments in the mess and down below, because I want to know what would be helpful. What are you looking for? What's holding you back from actually achieving the goal of becoming an online coach that makes money? Because at the end of the day, you came into this business because you wanted impact, just like I did. And ultimately, I felt like even just creating content, that I felt like I was holding back. I felt like I wasn't really giving my all that I could be. And so I went to go train. I went to go get better. I went to give myself more knowledge. And so I decided to commit to mastery. I decided to be the best at my craft so that I can provide the value to you. So I say you want to talk to the pain because that's so important. Remember, there's two things, right? When I say there's two things that's important. What makes people take action is emotion and logic. But the thing is, we move off of emotion and we justify with logic. Let me say this again. We move off emotion and justify with logic. People don't buy what they need. They buy what they want. You ever wonder why people buy things that you're like, wow, that's such a waste of money? Well, to them, it's not a waste because they wanted it. They wanted that thing. And people are willing to pay whatever price when they want something. So you got to keep that in mind. Remove your own beliefs on how other people should spend their money, because that's not your business, that's theirs. If you can't remove your beliefs on how other people should spend money, then you'll stay broke. Because at the end of the day, people buy what they want, not what they need. And the key to attracting the right clientele is giving them what they want. Hey guys, I didn't create the rules. This is just how we are. This is just how humans work. Excuse me. Give them what they want. And so it's not only just pain that you want to speak to. And I've been saying it, right? You want to speak to the desire that they want, the outcome, right? You want to speak to that. You want to speak to what that outcome that they're looking for. And when you can do those two things, speak to their pain, speak to their desire, you can generate emotion, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to speak to the emotion into you, into the individual, and make you want to be like, yeah, I need to change something. Yeah, I need to do something differently. Because honestly, if you don't change their emotions, if you don't change their beliefs, nothing's going to change. They still have the same mindset and belief set that are keeping them stuck in place. In order for them to get to where they need to go, where you're taking them, you have to help them realize, right? Change their beliefs by first speaking to their pain and desire and telling them what is going to actually help them get the outcome that they're looking for. Now, I'm not, like I said, guys, so that I said three main parts. So the last part is the vehicle, right? What's the thing that's going to take them from A to B, right? Because right now they're in a car and they're in a vehicle, they're in a car, they're in a boat, whatever it is. And their boat probably or their car probably has some holes in it. Probably not moving where they need to go. And your job is to tell them, hey, I understand that this vehicle isn't helping you, but hey, hop into my vehicle, my car, and I can help you get from A to B with ease. At the end of the day, with ease, guys, with ease. So hopefully all of this is making sense to you. And if you're a coach who wants to learn how to make money online, click on the link below, sign up for a free 15-minute strategy session call. Let me see if there's any way I can help you, but let's just keep jumping into the content. And so I told you guys that I was going to show you how to magnetically attract clients that want to pay you. See, if you can keep in mind some of the concepts we talked about today, then and start putting that into speaking, translating it to your business, you'll start to attract your dream client. But something to make things a little easier for you, I got this from book Copywriting Secrets. I'd recommend it. These are good reads, guys. It will help you, but I'm going to actually, since I don't have it memorized off the top of my head, I'm going to read off my notebook. But in the Copywriting Secrets, there's 10 reasons people buy. And ultimately, your goal is to tie the 10 reasons to your content, to everything you do, to the desires, to the pains, and ultimately get them to where they want, right? And the first reason is to make money. That's why I kept it simple for you guys. Hey, I know the strategies to help you make money. I've helped other people make money, so let's do that. Let's keep it very simple. Let me not go crazy. You don't have to have a crazy messaging. But two, save money, right? So kind of give you some ideas and concepts, right? If I give you guys out, my goal is to give you guys out the game for free. Ultimately, my ultimate goal is with enough of the content that I pull out moving forward, you should be able to make money online. That's the ultimate goal. Now, if I didn't do my job, I got to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to actually can help you get that job done. But if you are doing it trial and error yourself, you're probably going to be spending money. You're probably going to be taking action. You're probably going to be wasting time, right? And putting a lot of work to get some of these concepts down pat. Okay. Right. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But if I can help you get there faster, help you save money, help you save time, help you avoid effort, aren't you most likely going to be like, yeah, I'm going to pay this guy for his services? Yeah, it's a no-brainer. So ultimately, you want to tie as much reasoning behind why people are buy through your content, through your messaging, through everything, so that you can help them get the result, the dream outcome. Because at the end of the day, guys, we're in here to make a difference. We're in here to transform our clients' lives so that they become the best versions of themselves, whatever that may be for them. But I'm going to go down the list. I think the first five are probably the most important things: escape physical and mental pain. Those first five are probably what you realistically need, but I'm going to go through the rest of the five so you can just at least have them, okay? So let's just recap: make money, save time, avoid effort, and escape physical and mental pain. And ultimately, you want to do that through your content, through your messaging, through you as an individual, okay? So we'll go with the rest six. The rest of the five is get more comfort. Make life easy for people. We are inherently lazy creatures. We don't want to work. So if you can make something as easy as possible, aka using AI to do most of the legwork for most of your content, for most of your messaging, for your emails, wouldn't you want that? I would. I mean, that's why I'm using them, right? Get more cleanliness. I would say he said I shorthanded it, but it's mostly like, you know, getting physically jacked, right? Improving one's posture, improving things of that nature. That's what I would put it on, is like basically improving people's physical health, right? I mean, the doctors and the drug companies, they harp on that all the time with their drugs and things of that nature. But not only that, gain more praise, right? Some of us want to be loved. Some of us wants to be uplifted. Someone else wants to be shown that we're the best and be appreciated for that. So ultimately, if you can help people get these things, right? Feel more loved and gain praise, increase status. I mean, if you can help people get these things, there's a higher likelihood of them buying from you, because they think on a subconscious level that you can help them get these things. But it has to be not so straightforward in people's faces, but really it must be good marketing, guys. At the end of the day, people don't like to be told what to do. And so ultimately in your content, it's about shifting beliefs. It's about letting them come to the conclusion. You can't, remember the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink. Ultimately, our job is to lead them to the water and ultimately get them so thirsty that they want to drink, right? That's our job as marketers. That's your job as a marketer. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Remember, guys, when you grow, your business grows. And if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. Let me know, how did this video go? Did it give you some insights and concepts? Remember, don't just focus on providing education. Yeah, education is cool, but anybody can do that, right? Focus on changing beliefs. Focus on working on the individual, that, especially speaking to the client that you want to work with, the person who wants to make a change in their life, the person who wants to feel loved and appreciated, the person who wants to grow, the person who wants to be the best version of themselves. Because at the end of the day, our job isn't to go viral. Our job is to find the right people with the right message so that they can come and work with us, so we can work together and we can build a community that thrives together. So remember, guys, when you grow, your business grows. And I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day.